Well, some pretty significant changes are coming to the auto no-fault law that goes into effect in July of this year. So Tom Sinas joins us now to talk about these changes and some of the decisions that we're going to have to make and some of the ones we aren't going to have to make. Tom, it's nice to see you, albeit not in person this time around. So let's talk about this. This is happening in July, which is just a couple of weeks away if you look at it. And let's talk about some of the changes that people are going to have to make. And are they going to have to elect to make them, or are they going to be automatic?
Well, Doug, we're talking about this at the right time. We've obviously all been preoccupied with other really important things, but in the background, there has been this change in our law that was enacted last year, in the summer of last year, but really for everyday people, the change in the law is going to start affecting them this year. And the reason is because this no-fault overhaul that was passed last year set up a situation that we're now encountering where every Michigan driver is going to have to start making decisions regarding coverage levels and coverage levels for different kinds of coverage. And these are going to be decisions that they've never had to make before, or not at any time in recent memory. So what is happening from a timing standpoint is the law says that for those peoples who have policies that renew after July 1 of 2020, then those folks are going to have to make decisions about these various coverage levels. So if your policy renews in July, you'll have to make a decision at that time. If your policy renews later than that, you'll have to make a decision when your policy renews.
Yeah, so let's talk about those next two bullet points. Coverage that people are going to have to make decisions about. Tell us, what should people keep in mind as they make these changes to their policies that they may have had for a long time? These laws have been around since the 70s, so this is all new to a lot of people.
That's right. Well, the first thing I can offer to them is that we're going to be doing a special series of Know the Law segments over the next few weeks to walk people through some of the basics here. So what we're really talking about today is an introduction, and it's an introduction to two concepts. The first is the concept of no-fault coverage. This gets confusing because it's a confusing term. And what it is most significantly is the coverage that people buy to take care of their medical and other related medical care needs after an automobile accident. Up until now, everyone in the state of Michigan, going back to the 70s, had no-fault medical coverage that was not limited. It wasn't limited in dollar cents. It wasn't limited in time. These new no-fault policies that people are going to have the option to choose will limit that no-fault coverage. And really the way to think of it, although it isn't technically this way, but the way to think of it practically is it's a form of health insurance. It's a form of health insurance that steps in after an automobile accident. The second area that people are going to have to make decisions in has to do with liability coverage. Liability coverage is the coverage that protects you financially if, heaven forbid, you cause an automobile accident that results in someone else being hurt. And here, under the new law, people are going to have coverage limit options that they're going to have to choose for their liability coverage. And these, again, are going to be new options that they haven't had for many decades.
Yeah, fair enough, Tom. And as you mentioned, we're going to be doing a couple of these. In fact, the next one is on those very two types of coverage. So in the meantime, where can people find you for more information? I know you have about a 20-page PDF pamphlet that's up on the site explaining all this. Where can people find that?
So if they go to www.sinusdramus.com, we have a lot of information there, but one of the things we just put out this week is a publication for consumers called Making Smart Choices, a summary guide to the auto no-fault law. That is on the website. It should be right there at the homepage, and you can find it under our free literature tab as well. People can also feel free to give us a call in West Michigan at 616-301-3333 or shoot us an email at info@sinusdramus.com.
Yeah, there's a lot to cover on this, Tom. We appreciate your insight on it, and we will see you for the next one. Thank you.
Thanks, Doug.